swap out your hard drives with burning fast SSDs in your Synology NAS. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your big old spinning hard drives in your Synology NAS while in RAID 1 with quiet, quicker SSD drives without losing any of your files. In this specific case, this is a Synology DS223J, but this will be the same for any non-hot swappable 2-bay Synology NAS. Unfortunately, this will not be as straightforward as when you replace hard drives with hard drives or SSDs with other SSDs. Synology won't let you mix the type of drive in a single pool, so we've got a bit of a process ahead of us here. Follow along, I will make it simple. Solid-state drives are about 5 times faster at writing files than hard drives are. But when it comes to random access of files or accessing more than one file at once, like if you've got a Plex media server set up on your NAS and you want to be able to stream to multiple TVs in your house at the same time, SSDs are hundreds of times faster at doing those things than hard drives are. Hence the switch from hard drives to SSDs, for me at least. Also, I bought the cheapest 4TB SSD drives that you currently can buy on Amazon for this project, and the reason that is completely okay to do, and I have total confidence in these, even though I've never heard of SP brand hard drives before, is that I have my Synology NAS set up in RAID 1. These two drives are going to be cloned, so there's 2 copies of all my data. And the odds of both of these drives randomly failing at the same time is not 0, but it's effectively 0, outside of a house fire or like, I don't know, a meteor strike. So even though these are probably slower than like a Samsung drive or a Crucial drive, they are still way faster than these big old hard drives that are in here now. And even if these are probably constructed with cheap components that could possibly fail in the future, when one of these drives craps out 5 or 10 years from now, I can just replace it with another one and the NAS will automatically clone that drive. Your data will be safe forever. The installation. For the DS223, there's just these 2 screws in the back that hold the whole thing together, which apparently I never put back in after I installed them in the first place, because this just sits still. So remove these 2 screws and you can just lay this thing down and it'll sort of just slide apart and the top comes off. To take these 2 drives off, there's just gonna be a screw. Wow, I'm really light on screws. In my case, 1 screw on this side and 4 screws on this side. Maybe use all the screws that came with your kit. But really, it doesn't matter. This isn't riding in a car. First, I'll need some way to mount one of my new 4TB SSDs onto any computer on my network or onto the back of the NAS itself. I'm gonna use this SATA to USB connector thing from Sabrent. So with this thing, I can just connect the drive to this and plug this connector directly into the back of the NAS. When you plug an SSD into the back of your NAS through a USB adapter, at first you're gonna get a message that it was unable to mount the external drive. This is because the drive is brand new and unformatted. Luckily, there's a link in this pop-up to go to the external devices page, go there and click format. Once that's done, you can go into the file station, simply select all the files on the storage pool you've been using and copy them over to this new external drive. This could take a pretty long time depending on how much you have on there. Spinning hard drives are slow. Once that's finished copying over, make sure you shut down and power off your NAS. Then you can open it back up and remove both of your old spinning hard drives. Set them aside. In the software, do not remove your original storage pool yet, because at this point, all the data is still on these drives. So no matter what, if something goes wrong during this process, you can just plop these 2 drives back in the NAS and everything will be like it never happened. All that data is also copied onto this 3rd drive, this SSD external drive, so your data is so safe right now during this process. Now, since you've bought 2 4TB SSD drives, put the other one of your SSDs in the NAS. There's a little tray that'll hold it up and it's got a perfectly placed little screw on the chassis that you can send through there to hold it in place tightly forever. 1 screw is fine, these drives are super light. Plug the network cable back in, plug the power back in, and press the power button on the front of your NAS. It'll take a minute or 2 to start back up all the way, and then sign back in. In the storage manager, you can find that on the upper left here if it didn't come up automatically. I'm gonna go in and create a new storage pool. I'm gonna choose basic as the RAID type. This will allow me to use just 1 drive for the pool with the option of plugging in a 2nd drive later and converting the basic into a RAID 1, which is what I'm gonna be doing. Once that storage pool is created, now create a volume on it. I'm gonna name it, and then I'm gonna allocate the maximum space to it. Next, I'm gonna add a share folder on the volume. You can find that in the control panel. The shared folder is what you actually access from other computers to dump files onto. So naturally, I named mine Big Dump. Check a bunch of boxes, and there it is. You can see it on the network through my Mac. It is ready to use. Next, I'm gonna go back into the file station and I'm plugging in my external SSD with all that data backed up onto it into the back of the NAS. It'll take a while for it to recognize that that happened, and then that will mount up. In the file station, I'm gonna select all the files from the external SSD and just drag them over to the new storage volume shared folder. And then walk away, go find something to do for a few hours and wait for all of those files to copy. Again, this part could take a while depending on how much stuff you had on that drive. SSDs are faster, but when you're copying tons of little tiny files, it still takes a long time. Once that's done, go back in, shut down the NAS again, unplug it, and take it apart. At this point, you can also unplug the external drive from the back, pull off this adapter, and now you're gonna install this thing inside the NAS too. There's another little tray here that like this will sit on. So you can just set that along that little tray there, plug it in. And there's a little screw hole that lines up here, so toss the screw in there. Now your NAS has taken its final form, but there's still one more step to do to make it ready to go. So you can put this back on. With both drives in, plug it back into power and Ethernet, give it a minute to come back on and start beeping again. Sign back into the quick connect thing. It's still gonna say system health critical because it thinks both drives from our original storage pool are missing, which they are, but I still wanna leave that storage pool on the system until I am completely sure all of the data is copied onto both of the new SSDs and everything is safe. Only then will I erase these 4 terabyte drives and put them to work somewhere else. When you turn everything back on, the storage manager is gonna pop up automatically because of the missing drives. So I'm gonna go into my new storage pool that I made with the SSD. I'm gonna click these 3 little dots and I'm gonna change the RAID type. I'm making a RAID 1, which is 2 redundant drives, 2 drives with the same data copied onto them, and they will mount as one drive. Anything that's done to one will automatically happen to the other one. After RAID 1 is selected, it'll prompt you to choose a disk to use for the redundancy, which is the disk I just took out of the back and put into the top tray of this thing. You press apply, you agree to erase everything, and that's it. It's gonna automatically erase the new disk, reformat it, and clone it. And this, for the 3rd time, will take a long time depending on how many files you have on your NAS. It took mine like 6 hours to finish. There is actually a setting in here. If you click these 3 dots and you go click these things that you see on the screen that I can't remember what they actually say, it will speed it up. It'll just make everything work slower if you're trying to use the NAS while that's happening. But I would suggest just don't use it while that's happening. Let this all go and finish. While this is doing the cloning, you can mount it, you can use it, but I'm gonna leave it alone for a few hours and just let it copy all that data over because the beeping doesn't stop until you erase that first storage pool, and I would suggest not erasing that first storage pool until the whole process is done. That's it. And at this point, I am fully satisfied now that all of my data has been copied over to these 2 SSD drives in here, so I can go in and remove storage pool 1, which will restore my NAS to healthy status. And I did it. It's over. That is how you swap hard drives for SSDs on a 2-bay, non-hot swappable Synology NAS. To sum it up, how to swap spinning hard drives for SSDs in a Synology 2-bay NAS. I copied all of the contents from the 2 internal spinning hard drives in my NAS onto an external SSD drive. Then I removed the internal drives from the NAS. I replaced them with 1 SSD in the NAS and made a basic pool on that 1 SSD. Then I copied all of the data back from the external drive onto the internal SSD in the NAS. Once that was done, I turned off the NAS, I removed the external SSD and installed it as a second internal SSD in the NAS. I turned it back on, converted the basic pool into a RAID 1, then the NAS copied all of the data from the internal SSD to the other internal SSD. Once that data finished copying over, I removed the storage pool that used to contain these old spinning hard drives, freeing these up for use somewhere else, leaving me with 4 terabytes of SSD RAID 1 in a NAS. Redundant SSD storage that runs a lot faster, a little quieter, with a bit less power usage, and much, much better performance for backups or Plex or whatever I end up using this thing for. Thank you, goodbye.